Hi, I hope everybody's doing well. It's in July, it's 90 degrees. I haven't done a video in a while. Just wanted to talk about a couple of things today with you guys. And one, you know, I had that meat allergy right from I had Rocky Mountain spotted fever. Lucky me, 4 months later, it's gone. They did a blood test and it came back negative, and I'm able to eat meat again. You have no idea, not eating meat and dairy and everything. So, thankfully, that's history, you know. And just spray yourself good before you go in the woods with Prematin. Check yourself for ticks. You don't want to go through what I went through. Okay. So today, this is my Morrison riser, 15-inch riser. I have euchrouric limbs. This is the bow I use for my 3D shooting. And I made a new string, X99, 22 strand. It's olive drab and gray, and I made matching puffs. I think it looks pretty cool, right? So anyway, I'm out here. I had these ultralight arrows I was shooting, and they have really lightweight tips. I want to put a little bit more weight up front, you know. And once again, I'm not concerned about the noise because I'm shooting a light arrow. I like the flatter trajectory, but I cut them a little shorter, and I figured you might as well watch me shoot as I go through this. Now, when I shoot these, because I cut them shorter, and they have a light tip, okay, they're gonna fly stiff, okay? And before you tune your arrows, you have to have good shooting form. You have to be very, very consistent. You can't pluck, you can't drop your arm. You know, you have to make sure that you're doing everything right. Your bow hand can't be extended to the point where you have recoil, or your grip really. All you guys, when you have problems, like I can't group. Some shots go to the right, or different things happen. Most of the time, it's your grip. Okay, and I find that even with me, I know better, but if you hold your hand like this, and the grip goes right in this here, right here in this meaty pad, okay, you see that meaty pad? All right, close your hand like that, and I hold the bow. It's kind of weird. I hold it. If you were going to shoot this loose, a loose grip, you should have a finger sling and let the bow float. But a lot of guys, what they do is they'll keep a loose grip like this, and then when they release, see that? See how the bow torques? They can't help themselves. If you're holding it loose, you don't want the bow to drop. They don't have a finger sling, so they don't have to worry about it, and they grab it. Throws the shots off, all right? So focus on your grip. I just hold it out there. I don't hyperextend it. You see there's like a natural bend here? I'm not pushing it out, because if you push it out and you let go, get recoil, shots go to the right. All right, so I hold it out. I'm fortunate enough, when I'm out like this, I can tuck my fingers in. I could just about touch these two fingers and hold it there. All right, so it's not torquing, okay? So that might help you shoot a little tighter groups. But here we go, okay? We got these arrows, these light ultra arrows. The bow's, I don't know, I'm gonna say it's 33 pounds. I have to put it on a scale. At my 27-inch draw length, it's probably, you know, 32 pounds, let's say. Let's say 32 pounds, okay? So let's see if it flies stiff. Watch me shoot. You try to be a shooting machine, and according to how it's shot, you know, before I cut them, this should be stiff. Tail should be right. And you can't shoot into a bag. You can't single shaft shoot. You know, you can't shoot a single bear shaft into a bag and look at the tail end, because the foam and everything else, you have some to the right, left, up, down. And even the block targets that have layered foam, I found so many discrepancies with the tail end. So that's why a lot of times I will bear shaft and fletch shaft tune. And that's a little different than a single shaft, the bear and fletch shaft. All right, but you can look at my other videos for bear shaft and fletch shaft tuning. I won't get into that today. I know a lot of guys are just doing a single shaft, so I figured for a change, I'll just do that today, okay? Here we go. Under the knock, whenever you tune arrow, you got to go directly under the knock. You can't string walk because that throws off the tune, okay? So I'm gonna gap shoot. I'm gonna put the point somewhere on the crack of the two targets where they meet, and it'll rise into the block. Okay, let's go look. And like I said, I cut this shorter, and it should be tail right, and it is. Okay, the tail is to the right. And the tail right, when you're doing a single shaft tuning through a foam target, has to be foam target, means it's stiff. So we're gonna change the point. This is 75. I'm gonna put an 85 on, and then we're gonna reshoot it. I'm gonna stop the video here and splice it in. You'll see what happens. Okay, we have an 85 grain tip on, and just so you know, I'm shooting like 10 yards, okay? 85 grain tip, and let's see what happens. Breathe in, shoulders up, breathe out, shoulders down. Okay, looks better, but it's not perfect. Let's check it out. Okay, you see it got better. It moved it over. It's almost center. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to put on a 5 grain washer and reshoot it and see what happens, okay? Okay, what I have now is 85 grain tip with a 5 grain washer. And we're just going to see how that flies, okay? And once again, it's important that your form, you do everything right. And you want to confirm this, like you see me taking one shot. Well, if it's a little off, I'll take 1 or 2 more shots, 3 shots, 4 shots, whatever it takes to make sure that if their tail left, their tail left, if their tail right, their tail right, okay? So you do however many shots it is, you know, you should do more than one just to confirm that, especially when you get close to the end, that the result is a good result, okay? Okay, it felt good. Let's go take a look and see what that 5 grains did. Okay, take a look. From where I was shooting, this is straight. Okay. Tail is straight, okay? So just to review, if you're going to do this single bare shaft and not the fletched and bare shaft, which I say you should really look at my video for fletched and bare shaft tuning, but a lot of guys just use a single arrow. Couple of rules, once again, just to review. You have to shoot directly under the nock. You shouldn't be string walking while you're tuning, okay? I went 10 yards. You can go back a little further, but I think you just drive yourself really crazy the further you go back, because it's important that you have such a good release, okay? Keep your hand up on target after the shot, okay? Good form. So, one more time. If you have an arrow that's tail left, it's weak. So you have to use less weight or start cutting it shorter, only 1/4 of an inch at a time. And if it's tail left, shoot it a couple times. Make sure that, okay, I shot it 3 times and it's still tail left and I kept my hand against my face, no plucking, no dropping my arm, you know, okay? So 1/4 inch at a time, and then it'll start to move over and over and over. If you shoot your arrow and it goes to the right, okay, that means that it's stiff and you got to add a little weight to make it flex a little more. This is for right-handed, opposite for left. Okay, you got to add a little more weight. As you see, and I went from 75 to 85 to, with the 5-grain washer, 90 to get it flying straight. Okay, so that's it. Just wanted to explain these little things with you. Do not shoot to see how the tail flies. Do not shoot in a bag target. Do not shoot in a block target that's got layers, only because I've experienced variations, and I don't believe it was my release or my form of how the tail went, okay? If you have something like a solid foam, like the block, or I gotta be honest, even a deer target, right? If you could shoot at that 10 ring all the time, you know, put the point right on there, you know, underneath, so it rises into that 10 ring where it's flat, that'll tell you left or right too, because it's solid foam, it won't change. It'll go in that solid foam and really show you exactly where it is, okay? I'm gonna go back, I'm just gonna do a close-up of how I'm anchoring, right? I want you to try and do a little better, just to, not saying repeat my anchor, I'm just saying to make sure whatever anchor you have is solid, and I'm gonna watch, I want you to watch how I have a solid anchor, okay? Okay, we're gonna stop it here and go back, and I'm gonna put it pretty close to my face so you can watch my anchor. Okay, I'm gonna let you watch me anchor, and however you anchor, all I want you to do is find a solid anchor every time you shoot. I'm just gonna show you how I anchor. I'm 3 under, top finger to the corner of my mouth. When I come back, I come underneath with my thumb. My thumb is under my jaw. I slide my thumb under my jaw like this all the way back, so the top finger goes to the corner, elbows all the way back. If you pushed on my elbow, my whole body would turn, okay? But what I do is when I come back and up, I'm up under the cheek. See, I can push up and it's solid. It can't go nowhere. It's touching the corner of my mouth, the thumb is under my jaw, and this edge of my hand is up under my cheek, okay? Kind of locked in there. So here we go. Got a string walk. First time I'm shooting with the 90 grain, you know, so we'll see how it flies. I'm gonna go down 2 inches. Sweating. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I'm gonna shoot the little groundhog. And besides watching my anchor, watch how I bend down to the target. Draw level. See it? Up underneath. See it's locked? Okay. See how I kept it there? Let's go take a look at that little groundhog that we all hate to hit. I aimed above his hands and I got him above the hands. Okay. Okay, this target I got years ago from a good friend, Jack Monty. He brought it over because I got him into shooting again after many years. And it's a real fun target, you know. But this is about where I aimed. And with the little extra 10 grain weight, it hit just a tiny bit lower than I'm used to, so. Okay, we're gonna stop it here and set up. Okay, hold on. Okay, what I like to show you here now is my bow hand, okay? Once again, you gotta do whatever's good for you, okay? When I start people out, if they hold the bow like this and their stance is more in line like this, they tend to hit their arm with the strength, okay? So what I tell them is it's hard for people to shoot proper, and proper is right here on this meaty pad like this. Watch, I'll show you. This is really a proper way of shooting a bow cut past center, upright, but you should have a finger sling. Okay, but I can touch, just about touch my fingers and I hold it there. It's not loose. Once I get it where I want, it's like a shooting machine. You got to be, okay? For me, that's how I shoot. But I want you to watch that there's no torque. Okay, I keep my arm up on target when I shoot. And as I teach people, I tell them, make sure they realize that they should have a little more open stance to keep the string away. Okay, keep the string away, a little more open stance. And if they tuck one finger under, it'll help keep, even if they tuck one finger over, it'll help keep this meaty part away. But ideally you want to hold it like you just throw your hand out. Look, you see that angle? Ideally you want to hold it like you just throw your hand out, okay? That's called like a natural cant. Here we go. Let's see how did a lot of talking. I don't want to do this over again, but let's see how I shoot. Okay, now this is about the grip. And you put the grip with the solid release. See? Okay. And back a little further, and the just shot a little lower because like I said, I'm back a little further and I really don't have my marks. But perfectly straight, left to right's perfect. There's no torquing. It went right underneath the 10 ring, you know what I mean? So those are the things that I want you to take from this video. How to tune a single bass shaft. No bags, no targets with the grooves, only because you could have inconsistencies. Try to shoot in some kind of solid foam so it don't change its course. It goes in and tracks where it's supposed to. And anchor when you come back, elbow all the way back, right? Make sure whatever you touch behind your rear, whatever thing you do, I don't care what crazy thing you do that works for you. If it works for you, just be consistent and solid. I mentioned this in all the videos before, but I'm going to mention it one more time. To keep you from plucking, your hand comes away from your face. Make sure your elbow's all the way back. And see how I came up underneath? Make sure you maintain pressure on your face. Whether you use back tension, watch. And your elbow goes down, watch it. I'll show you back tension. 30-degree downward angle, watch. See? How I relate, and I said this before, I'm just going to say it again. Back tension is that 30-degree wraparound of your elbow. Watch. Okay, keeping your hand against your face, right? I tell people if they don't understand it. You ever go outside, like it's hot today, maybe I'm a little achy, and I went to stretch. See that? See? That is back tension. That's how you're supposed to. I pull back with my tricep and I feel my back tension, but at some point you feel your back engage and take over, okay? And you use your back tension. I shoot static because I have nerve damage and disc damage, but I still have a little back tension. I just keep my hand there. I feel the back engaged. I keep my hand there and release, okay? How you prevent plucking is make sure your elbow is all the way back and you keep your hand tight against your face. And if you go to like World Archery or one of these other sites where you watch these Olympic shooters shoot, you can watch as they come back and they engage with their back. You see their face ripple. And their face ripples because they're maintaining pressure on their face. Actually, they shoot under the jaw, the Olympic style, watch. And they go back, see? They slide along their jaw. All right? And they maintain such pressure that you see their face ripple. And however your shooting style is, wherever your anchor, it's got to be solid and you have to maintain pressure as you release all the way back. I'm not one of these big proponents of that you have to go back and follow through. That's what like certain organizations teach you to teach the kids, to have that follow through and come back here. But like me, I'm older, I'm a hunter, I go 3D shooting, I have disc damage, nerve damage. To go all the way back, you just come back an inch or so and it's gone. The arrow's gone, on its way to the target. The follow through is just a follow through, okay? So If you want to do that follow through, you can. If you don't, it's up to you. Just whatever you do, do it repeatable. All right? Just figured I'd come out, do the single shaft tuning with you, and that's it. Every day you wake up is a good day. Be grateful, go out and shoot. Okay, like I said, you saw in my prior videos, I had Rocky Mountain spotted fever, and I had the meat allergy, all gone. I went to the 3D shoot after I found out I didn't have any more, and I had a double cheeseburger. They got a picture of me. I said, take a picture of me eating the first burger. I had a double cheeseburger. I'm eating the burger at the 3D shoot. So everybody laughed. Yeah, we have a good time breaking each other's chops, but that's what it's all about, having fun. All right, thanks for watching. Watch my other videos. I'm Bimbo Joe.